Welcome to this lesson on enzyme structure, where we'll explore one of the most fascinating aspects of biochemistry: active site specificity. Enzymes are biological catalysts that speed up chemical reactions in living organisms, and understanding how they work is fundamental to biology. Today, we're going to dive deep into the active site, which is the key region where all the enzymatic magic happens. Let's start with the basics. An active site is a specialized region on an enzyme where substrate molecules bind and undergo chemical transformation. Think of it as the working area of the enzyme. This isn't just any random spot on the protein. It's a carefully shaped pocket or groove that's perfectly designed to interact with specific molecules. When a substrate enters this region, it becomes positioned in just the right way for a chemical reaction to occur, ultimately producing products that the cell needs. Active sites have four key characteristics that make them incredibly efficient. First, they're highly specific, meaning they have a precise shape and chemical properties that match only certain substrates. Second, they possess a complex three-dimensional structure that's formed by the way the protein folds. Third, they play a catalytic role by lowering the activation energy needed for reactions to occur. And fourth, they're reusable, remaining unchanged after each reaction, so they can catalyze the same process over and over again. Every active site is made up of three important components. The binding site is where the substrate initially attaches through weak interactions like hydrogen bonds and van der Waals forces. The catalytic site contains specific amino acids that directly facilitate the chemical reaction by stabilizing intermediates or transferring chemical groups. Finally, functional groups from amino acid side chains help stabilize the transition state, which is the high-energy intermediate that forms during the reaction. These components work together seamlessly to make enzymes incredibly efficient catalysts. Historically, scientists proposed the lock and key model to explain enzyme specificity. In this model, the substrate has a complementary shape that fits precisely into the active site, just like a key fitting into a lock. This explains why enzymes are so selective about which molecules they'll bind to. The fit is rigid and unchanging, meaning the enzyme and substrate shapes are already perfectly matched before they meet. While this model helps us understand the basic concept of specificity, we now know that reality is a bit more complex. The Induced Fit Model provides a more accurate picture of how enzymes actually work. Unlike the rigid lock and key model, the Induced Fit Model proposes that the active site changes shape when the substrate binds. This is a dynamic conformational change, where the enzyme molds itself around the substrate to create an optimal fit. This flexibility is important because it allows the enzyme to position catalytic groups in exactly the right place and help stabilize the transition state. Most modern biochemists agree that this model better represents what actually happens at the molecular level. Enzymes exhibit different types of substrate specificity. Absolute specificity means the enzyme acts on only one specific substrate. For example, urease only breaks down urea and nothing else. Group specificity means the enzyme acts on molecules that share similar functional groups. Proteases, for instance, can break peptide bonds in many different proteins. Linkage specificity means the enzyme targets specific types of chemical bonds regardless of the surrounding molecule. Lipases exemplify this by breaking ester bonds in various lipid molecules. Understanding these specificity types helps us predict enzyme behavior. Several environmental factors can affect how well an active site functions. Temperature is crucial because extreme heat can denature the protein structure, permanently destroying the active site's shape. The pH level matters because it alters the charge distribution on amino acids, which can disrupt the binding and catalytic processes. Inhibitors are molecules that can block or distort the active site shape, preventing the enzyme from working properly. Finally, cofactors, which are non-protein helpers like metal ions or vitamins, are often required for proper active site function. Understanding these factors helps us appreciate why enzymes work best under specific conditions.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.